Hello, fans and friends. Welcome to AstroKara. As a therapeutic astrologer and mindset coach, I'm here to show you how the archetypes of evolutionary astrology can guide you into real transformation. In this video, we're going to explore the evolutionary purpose of Pluto in the second house and how to work with this placement. Pluto represents the unconscious desires of the soul. It shapes our lives, brings us to and through challenges, and draws us toward transformation. If you haven't yet watched my introduction video on Pluto in evolutionary astrology, I do recommend starting there, and I'll link it in the description. When natal Pluto is in the second house, the house of survival, self-worth, and values, the soul's evolutionary intention is to discover true inner security. This placement asks you to face issues around self-reliance, resources, and value systems so that you can uncover an unshakable sense of worth that isn't dependent on outer conditions. The second house is about survival, self-sufficiency, and the resources we rely on. Not just money, but also skills, talents, values, and inner confidence. It's like the soil that nourishes a plant. Without the proper nutrients, it's hard to grow. With Pluto here, the soul brings deep, unconscious memories of survival struggles. And this can manifest as powerful drives to secure material resources or financial security. And with that come deep fears of loss, poverty, or not having enough. And there can be an intense attachment to possessions, skills, or even people as a way to feel safe. At the same time, Pluto intensifies the need to evolve beyond dependency on this external validation or material accumulation. And souls with Pluto here often feel torn between wanting to have control over their resources to feel safe and a consistent or persistent fear of losing those very resources, whether it's money, relationships, or self-value. This placement can show up as distorted self-esteem, measuring your value by what you own, what you can provide, or how others perceive your worth. And these survival-based fears can push you into cycles of clinging, hoarding, or even self-sabotage. But the deeper truth is this: your soul is here to establish an unshakable inner foundation, to discover that true worth and security are internal, not external. The evolutionary intention of Pluto in the second house is to transform those survival fears into inner strength and self-reliance. You are learning how to root into your own value, no matter the external conditions. And that doesn't mean that you won't engage with money or resources or relationships. It means that those things are not the source of your worth, but an expression of it. In evolutionary astrology, we look at the polarity point. For Pluto in the second house, the polarity is the eighth, the house of shared resources, intimacy, and deep merging. This polarity means that while your soul is learning to stand on its own 2 feet, it must also learn to share and exchange with others. The journey then is about balancing independence with interdependence, knowing what is yours and what you can healthily exchange with others. Some common dynamics in relationships for second house Pluto souls can include this fear of being dependent on others, which leads to a hyper self-reliance or hyper independence. I've got this. I don't need any help. or the opposite, a complete dependency of others' resources or approval or support, which then leads to power struggles. It's this constant push and pull between wanting to hold on tightly to what is yours and needing to trust others enough to share. And here's the paradox. You are here to develop a sovereign inner worth and to allow that worth to be tested, refined, and deepened through the vulnerability of intimacy and shared resources. The ultimate intention is balance, to know your value from within, from this grounded place, and then to engage in relationships and exchanges without fear of loss or attempts to control. So how can you work with Pluto in the second house in practical everyday ways? Here are a few things that I would share with my coaching clients. Number 1, redefine security. Notice where you've tied security and emotional safety to money or possessions or others' approval. Those are things that can support your life, but they are never meant to be the root. You can ask yourself regularly, if all of this fell away, what would still make me valuable? And this is how you start anchoring into your own inner worth. Number 2, transform scarcity mindset. Scarcity fears run deep in this placement. Pay attention to where and when you feel like there's not enough money, time, love, or skill, and begin to challenge that belief. Try replacing it with practices of gratitude and trust. Remember, your soul is learning that abundance begins within. Number 3, build true self-reliance. Self-reliance does not mean isolation, and it doesn't mean hyper-independence. It means cultivating your skills, your voice, and your inner authority, developing talents, building practical skills, and investing in yourself. And each time you rely on your own abilities, you strengthen your inner foundation. Number 4, work with the polarity. Share and trust. Because the polarity is the 8th house, part of your growth comes through sharing resources and intimacy. This will feel uncomfortable. Giving up some of the control, trusting others, and opening yourself up to vulnerability. But every time you engage in healthy exchange, you dissolve fears and deepen trust both in yourself and in life. Number 5, face the fear of loss. Many with Pluto here have experienced loss, whether it's money, possessions, relationships. See loss not as a punishment, but as the soul teaching you. It strips away the illusion that safety lies outside of you, and it points you back to your own unchangeable worth. And number 6, practice embodied value. Don't just think about your worth, live it. Something you could do is speak up for fair pay, maybe accommodations if you need them. Create and honor your boundaries. Care for your body. Surround yourself with things and people that affirm your values. Every embodied act says, I know my worth and I live by it. To sum it up, Pluto in the second house is profound. and challenging. It brings fears of survival and worth, but its ultimate gift is priceless. The discovery of self-value so deep that no external condition can take it away. When you root into that inner foundation, you become both unshakable and open. You can stand strong in your own worth, and you can enter into meaningful, reciprocal exchanges with others. The reward of this placement is a soul that knows I am valuable simply because I exist. If this information has resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more evolutionary astrology insights. This is a part of my series on Pluto through the houses. You can check out the playlist in the description if you want to explore the other placements. And I'd love to hear from you. If you have Pluto in the second house natally, or maybe you're experiencing a second house Pluto transit, what has your journey been around self-worth and resources? Share in the comments. Your story may help someone else who's walking a similar path. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of you.